Hello, hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. I am here with
Jeff. How y'all doing?
Hey guys. So as you know, we both are on a healthy weight loss journey, and today I decided to interview Jeffrey
Mm.
so you guys can get a better feel of who he is if you haven't already figured it out a little bit from some of our videos that we've done together. And he's just doing so well on his journey. So I really, like I said, I just want to give him an opportunity to let you know who he is and tell you about his journey. So we'll get right into it, okay?
Mm.
So, Jeffrey, what motivated you to embark on this healthy weight loss journey?
I want to live.
Short version. Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I am in my 50s now, early 50s. And there are several of our friends over the last few years are no longer here or having a lot of health issues. And as you're in your younger years, when I was, and I can get to talking and go on and on. We're both from Detroit. Kim may have already mentioned before, and I used to work at it was um, a hardware store, not a hardware store, but it was like a Home Depot, and it was called Handy Andy, and I used to work there, and I would work outside in the nursery, and I would go and I'd get me a 2 liter Mountain Dew or something because it's hot out there, and I'd get me a slice of pizza or something, and I'd eat it, and no problem. And weight was I wasn't at this weight. I've always been a big guy, not big as far as like plump, but just a big stocky, big guy. But that was never an issue as I years ago. But as I started getting older in my 40s and 50s, and then life started kicking in, different changes in life and circumstances. And you go to the doctor and he keeps telling you, well, Mr. Nunley this and Mr. Nunley that. And then you start seeing folks and you recognize that the stuff that you did before you can't do anymore or you shouldn't do. And then it's funny how you look at, our parents or my grandparents. My grandfather, he would eat eggs and bacon every day, smoke, and didn't have a problem until I think it was, and I could be wrong, until he stopped smoking. Next thing he started having issues. Like, what in the world? But they just made him a different breed. But having said that,
Yeah, my mama lived off Coca-Cola.
Yeah, she drank Coca-Cola.
My dad, they had all kind of stuff. You would never know diabetics lived in the house.
Then you go to their garage and they'd just be stockpiled up
Stockpile Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And my mama put sugar in everything.
Yeah, she put stuff I never when she anyway. I'm not gonna get into all of that.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. She would do spaghetti.
My mama was known for her spaghetti, y'all.
Yeah, I mean it was I just never had, and I guess it depends on people's taste. But the first time I ate her spaghetti, I said it's kind of sweet. Because I put hot sauce and stuff. I like stuff a little spicy when I mean something Italian.
See how we match? He's salty and I'm sweet. Yeah. Because he loves more salt. Like in his grits. I put sugar in my grits.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? That we do completely different. But anyway, it's to that point, to give a point. So our grandparents and what have you, they could eat certain things that a certain way that you realize that you can't do. So to your first question, I want to live, and when you start looking at different stuff, documentaries about the food that we eat and how it's processed, or that it is processed rather, like processed meat. And we talk about that, we're talking about our salamis, our bolognas and stuff like that. And we've always grown up on that kind of stuff. And then you start reading research and documentaries and what have you, and they're saying, well, yes, it's the government knows that processed meats causes cancer and this and that, and you're like, oh mercy, so. And then when it comes to like your diabetes and your high blood pressure and stuff like that, and it's all of it, a lot of it comes from what you eat. And if you're eating all kinds of stuff, and I was telling my wife, because I have a tendency that I don't want to ramble, I can keep going on one of my internet browsers that I use. And I was just telling her the other day, there's I have the option that when I go into it, it won't go to a specific website, but there's all different types of articles, stuff about cars, the 15 cars from the 70s that were the best or something like that. And then they say some foods that, like 15 foods that are not eaten outside the United States of America. And then you look at the list, and it's stuff that we eat on a regular basis, such as crackers or Pop Tarts and things like that, stuff that we've grown up
High
eating.
fructose corn
Syrup. And
syrup
you look
is
up the
not is
history.
illegal
Yeah,
in most
and
countries.
and we eat it here on a regular basis.
It's
here,
in everything here,
and you don't even think about it. So with that being said, that's the main reason is I told Kim as I started this journey back in October that I'm not going back. I've done I'm not almost, I have done 30 pounds since October the 25th, if you watched this before. So that's my start date of doing something different. And this is different for me in that I've been more specific, direct, deliberate about what I'm eating and not eating and what have you, in opposed to what's happened over the, before. So I said to her, to round up this question, the first question, I'd rather be, if I have to go to the doctor or the hospital or something, I get something. I'm going to try to make it so it's not from something that I'm eating and that I can control. Let it be I broke something or I got into a car accident or some crazy thing, but not because I was been eating stuff and you have these conditions and it's from your food. So I think she's got another question that she's going to ask that kind of that covers that. So that's the first one.
Well, thank you for sharing why.
I'm going to try to not to go too long because I ramble on, so I go on and on.
So our next question we have from Mr. Jeffrey is, how have you been able to overcome any obstacles or challenges during your weight loss journey?
The challenges, I wouldn't say obstacles per se, well, I wouldn't say any obstacles. Let's start off there because Kim, she's already been doing her journey, and so and
I'm
then,
probably his biggest obstacle.
I wasn't gonna say all that. Now see that I wasn't gonna say
because I like them sweets.
Yeah,
y'all.
I'll tell you. Okay, now she said I'll get to something else in a minute if I can.
I like them sweets.
But I have my mom. She, if Kim has already mentioned already before, we've had a lot of loss over the last few years. And so my mom, I'm not going to get emotional because I think about my mom, and all the things that she's gone through and how she, is dealing through life each day. But she jokes or says that she's always been done Weight Watchers. I can remember years ago. I can remember when I could smell the grilled fish. It was a grilled chicken. I can smell it. This is in Detroit. That's what she would be doing on her little Weight Watcher thing, right? Whatever it was, I could still smell that. So through all the stuff that she's been through, the loss of her best friend and husband and my dad, 53 years or 54, she's still trying to take care of herself. So I told her about a month ago, several times I've already said, Mom, if you could do it through all the stuff, because you could just ball up and go in the ball and just eat yourself into oblivion if you're just not feeling good mentally, and emotionally. But she's doing her thing. She's lost over, I think, almost close to 40 pounds, now close to 40 pounds at this point, because last time she told me something was like 3 weeks ago. So he was like at 37 or something. So I'm like, if she can do it, then I can do it. My brother started doing it. So with a combination of everyone kind of saying they're doing something, and I'm just saying, okay, I need to go ahead and do something. And on top of that, you keep going to the doctor and they keep telling you something, and it's not going to get any better. So the obstacle has not been really the obstacle is myself. Once I came to the conclusion, okay, I need to do this. I'm sitting there, I'm sick of hitting in the doctor in the doctor's office with my feet dangling on the side of the thing, and they're saying, you need me to do this, Mr. Nunley. And I'm like, okay, this is it. This is going to be the last time I come in here for this. for this same thing. Let it be something different. So, and to Kim's point, the obstacles. Kim will want to do something sweet, and I've tried to made it a point myself because she likes stuff sweet. Um, we'll do something every now and then, but we do it where we share, like a slice of cake from the store. I don't. We never really had a problem for me personally, like bringing in a pack of cookies or something. You know, Kim knows, my mom knows, my brother knows. You know, Oreos. I get that regular Oreos and some milk. It's on, Jack. That thing is not gonna last. But and I give me two of them cookies. Oh my goodness, let it put in there and let the bubbles stop. Oh my goodness, and that's ooh, Lord have be. So I can't do that no more. But I didn't have a habit of bringing that stuff in on a regular anyway. But it was kind of eating out, whatever. So the obstacles is myself, and it's not necessarily an obstacle. It's just me recognize once I told myself I'm going to do this, then I'm committed to it.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. You're doing good. So like I said, part of his obstacle probably, like I said, is me sometime too.
Well, she'll say when we took our cruise last this past December, and I said I wasn't gonna get any dessert, or I was gonna get a little something, eat half of it, and she would get hers, and then she said, "You want something else?" I said, "Nope." I said, "I don't want." Because I once I started seeing the results, and I know what it's going to do for me or do to me.
He's very disciplined. I'm just so proud of him.
Yeah.
He's very disciplined.
And
he's like, no, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and have
and
this.
I'm doing this, and I told Kim I'm doing it not only that I'm seeing everyone else, but that I'm doing this for my wife so that I can be here for her, because I don't want her, because she was worried about me, and I don't want her to be worried about me from that angle. So I said, let me do this for her and for me, and it's doing it for us, and then for my friends and family, so that I can be here. So,
and 30 pounds later, I'm so proud of him. I just say it all the time. I call him Slim Shady now, y'all.
Yeah, it's the same.
He used to be Big Papa. Yeah. Now he go by Slim Shady.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to show y'all. I'll do something. One of these videos, you'll see the standard. You see people losing weight, and you see people in commercials, and they're showing their different weight loss. And I just did it yesterday. Excuse me, I was putting on some suits, my old some suits that I just bought last year. They're not that old, and to see it and to say, "Are you kidding me that this suit I was in this suit, and I had to get it tailored to this size, and now I got this much of gap on either side of me, and it's like, what happened, to myself? It was happy, but it was a sad thing for a moment there. And fortunately, we had to go some other place because I told her, like, I seen one of my little sci-fi shows, the professor, he would be handling the, solving a mystery, a scientific mystery. And would say, sometimes he'd say, let me go over here. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to have myself a good cry, and I'll come back and answer his questions. So I almost felt like that. And then I was like, what happened to myself to get to that point? And I didn't even realize it, And so, yeah, that's the second question, or the third question?
We are on number 3 now. So number 3 is, what changes have you made to your diet and exercise routine to promote your healthy weight loss?
So the changes that I've made is just exercising every day, meaning going walking. I'm part of the Planet Fitness family. You see the Planet Fitness commercials, and it's nice. I like to go to the gym. I also like to go walking. I go to a park nearby that's about a 2-mile going around, and I'm pretty. I shouldn't say strict, but every day I'm going walking. Sometimes I'll go earlier once I get up. Because I'm after we had all the excuse me, after we had all of these deaths in the family, The last after my dad in May of 22, I didn't go back to my job. Um, I was getting written off because my blood pressure was just crazy, and frankly, I was sitting there the last when he was had first went into the hospital or was his health was declining, and I would be on the meetings here because I worked from home, and I'm listening to him talking, and it would be just like Charlie Brown, the teacher talking, wah, 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 wah. I wasn't paying any attention. I'm like, I'm done, So I after that I didn't go back to work, and until the following year, that was in May of 22, and by the following year of the beginning of 23 of last year, I was offered a severance from my job, which was great because that's why I've been at that job for 22 years. I didn't think I'd be there that long anyway. I've never been in a job that long. Not because I got fired, but because I just was, you go to different jobs. And so in any case, I had been there for 22 years, and I was hoping that I would be able to get to that point, to get a severance. Because a lot of jobs, a lot of companies, they're not offering like pensions and things like that, or less jobs are doing it. My job had stopped it back in 2016. So, in any case, so I got my severance. So I'm kind of semi-retired, but I still work. We have our own notary business, so I work for my wife here. So.
Isn't he blessed, y'all?
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed when I sit there and she come in there and first thing in the morning I'm laying there sleeping. She try to wake up like she bright and early. I'm laying there sleep. Anyway. She say, "What we gonna do today?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So anyway, so
let's get back to what changes have you made to your diet and exercise
she
to
don't want me to say that about that now. What I have done, so I'm getting to that. What I would do. What I've been doing is I'll get up. At one point, I was getting up like at 8 o'clock, 7:30 or whatever, and I go walking, and then I go do my walk. So I mean, now it may be like 9 o'clock, and I go walking. And if Kim doesn't want to go, I said I'll go back with her later.
I'm a late riser.
Yeah, and I use that as opportunity to add more steps. And so I'll do the walk that I want to do in the pace that I want to go. I do my full, and if Kim wants to
they know about that because we be duking it out there at the park.
Nah, I don't be duking it. She be duking. She be there screaming. I have my headphones in, folks.
Yeah, I hear you say, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I have my headphones in, so I don't know what she. Jeffrey! I don't realize that my mom said something afterwards. She said, I heard that video. What video? Oh, your wife Kim was over there carrying. Like, what? I looked at the video. I said, what? She got to put that on camera. What in the world screaming like that? Anyway,
I was so scared that day. Y'all remember?
So I go walking every day, just about every day, or I go to the park. And it could be once or twice a day. As far as what I've done with eating, I've been watching different documentaries and Dr. Bobby Price on YouTube. We're not connected. We don't have anything connected. I'm just letting you know what we've been doing. She would be Kim sending me these videos over the last few months. And at first I'm like, what is he talking about? But I said, let me look at it. So he's making a lot of sense about food being your healing you. Food be thy medicine, which is true, and it's not nothing new. It's from like an old philosopher back from thousands of years ago. A couple of thousand years ago. I don't know where it come from. Forgot. But anyway, food can be your medicine by what you eat and what you don't eat. So because of the diet and the types of food that we have here in the States, you have to be mindful. One phrase he uses that if you're eating too much, if you're eating something out of a box, then it will likely put you in a box. I'm like, ooh, that's deep. And then we just watched something else on TV, a show here, a local show.
Food be thy medicine.
Food be thy medicine.
It was
from Hippocrates. Hippocrates around 400 BC. That's right. Food be thy medicine, which is true. I mean, so now we do like green smoothies. I'm gonna make me a smoothie here in a little bit in the evening. I make it in the morning. I like it
every day.
And what she was doing at one point, she was doing it more with a lot of fruit, and then something changed where she just put some more kale or something in there.
The sugar. That's what it was. The sugar.
She realized it was too much sugar. I was drinking because she made it. And then when she realized, she said, let me make it more green.
I think that was affecting my weight loss at the time. I was just having too much sugar. So then I started making them more green. and the benefits have just been
The
amazing.
greener the better. So we do
Yeah.
kale, a little bit of nana, a little bit of strawberries, but I like it the greener the better. If it's straight green, that's good for you. And kale is really known to have all of the different health benefits. I'm not a scientist, doctor, or anything, but look it up. It'll help you. Okay. But anyway, so what we've been doing is doing the green smoothies, watching. I've not been eating. I haven't had any. We rarely get something from fast food. I think about 3 weeks ago, we had a inkling for some chicken
Chicken
McNuggets.
McNuggets.
I haven't had a Big Mac or nothing like that in 3-4 months.
About
more
what,
than that.
2 months ago, we tried a Whataburger. If you guys have
Oh
that.
yeah, Whataburger, because that's
terrible.
Well, yeah, they just come to our area, and it's the people are wrapped around the building. We're in the Georgia area, the Metro Atlanta.
But we couldn't even eat a whole burger because one burger was 29 points.
I was not going to do it. I said I'm not going to do
Jeffrey it. Does Weight Watchers also. I don't think you mentioned
that's right.
it. We'll talk about that in the next one.
Yeah. So I was
but
like
29 points.
I said I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. I get more points than she do, and that would be more than
that was my whole day.
Her day. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
And it wasn't even good. So
my burger tastes better. I get me some meat over here and that good hamburger meat at Publix, and I'm good. Mine's better than that. So that's what I've been doing. Long and short of it, we haven't been eating. And as far as the alcohol is concerned, I've been not drinking a lot of alcohol. They have what is called a skinny drink. If you get a drink or something, I've never heard it before, like a margarita or something like that.
I've been ordering those.
Yeah,
they are delicious. The last one I had, that thing went straight to my head.
And that's because she had, the Mexican restaurant we go to close by, they have some good drinks.
But I don't even order those all the time because of the alcohol. I don't want it damaging my liver. So
well, it ain't gonna hurt my liver because I had me when we just went there about a week ago. And I hadn't had a good one.
Well, it can damage your liver. We take medication
and
stuff too. So, the older you get, like Jeff was saying, we're more aware of everything. So I'm even aware of that. So I'm not saying I'm never going to drink again, but I've definitely reduced my drinking because he's reduced his,
Yeah.
Not that we were alcoholics, y'all.
No.
We wasn't around here like getting past the bottle.
Yeah.
But,
like pass me the Cavassier.
Pass the Cavassier. Past the Cavassier. All right, y'all. Here we go. Okay. We was trying to be good. Okay. Number 4. What strategies have you used to stay motivated and on track with your weight loss? So what's some of your strategies? I have written down a couple.
What did you?
The dietitian helped.
Oh yeah, we talked to a dietitian the end of last year. And that helped out. She was giving us some very good tips. In addition, it's the same thing we've already been seeing from the Bobby Price on YouTube and other doctors that are more of a plant-based standpoint. And the same thing she was saying about ginger, being mindful of what you're eating and thinking about it beforehand. She said she didn't really eat. She doesn't eat out a lot, and that's what we did. We haven't been eating out a lot, but if we do, we are. It's not just going. Oh my goodness, you'd be surprised the sodium that's in so much stuff that you eat out. So I try to get like salads. When we were on our cruise, I got just about every night. I got me salmon or some fish. I didn't get anything with a lot of beef or anything like that because
extra
veg. We always had veg for breakfast. I didn't have any pancakes. I didn't have any waffles. I had an omelet and a hash thing and, a little bit of coffee, and that was good, So those are some strategies, just thinking about what you're eating ahead of time. And just scanning this. So I've been better at that now. Whereas before I would just get it and just be done with it and say, I really shouldn't get it, but I do it anyway. And then you feel bad afterwards. So now I'm feeling better because I'm thinking about what I'm eating in opposed to just letting it happen.
I think the best part for me having a dietitian was for Jeffrey to learn himself what to do. Because all these years, it's always me saying, you don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need that, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm sure that became irritating. He said it did not, but I'm sure it was. And anyway, now he knows, hey, I need to make a better choice. I need to do this differently. And that is, again, for me, is just a joy to watch him to come into his own and to realize, hey, I got this body. This is my body. I got to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
it's not based upon me. And the other thing I have for one of your strategies that helps you stay on track is doing Weight Watchers.
Yeah, so I was doing it. I had the app. Let me clarify. I had the app. I wasn't doing it the way that I should have uh, when Kim first started it.
Well, you started before me.
I started it, but I wasn't
Wait a minute, let's
consistent.
go back a little bit. We actually did Weight Watchers together with a friend of ours like 15 years ago. And we went to meetings, remember?
Yeah.
And we both were kind of just going to hang out with my friend. Basically,
Yeah.
she's the mutual friend, and her husband, and me and Jeff. And anyway, she was doing it. So that's why we started doing it. And we actually didn't take it seriously. And then later, you started doing it
because
with our other friends.
Because on my job about maybe 3 years ago or something, they offered you can get a discount with Weight
That's
Watchers.
true. That was another time.
Yeah, so that's how.
And then one more time, you started it back a couple years ago in the cabin.
Yeah.
So he started with some more friends of ours.
And the reason why
that time it was the three of them, and they kind of made me. So I went ahead and did it, but I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, she said, "Well, I think you like it because you got the app now, Jeff."
And he loved it.
So I like the app. So I was
anything digital. Go ahead.
So I would play around with it. I would kind of track it, but I wasn't consistent the way that I should be. I wasn't tracking my exercises and stuff like that, walking. Because I really wasn't consistent with walking, anything like that. I would do it every now and then. So once I started, like I mentioned in October, then I was really specific. My phone is connected to the app or to my phone. My watch. I have a watch that, keeps track of my steps. Of course, the phone does. And so by doing all of that, that's helping me keep track of my points and what I should eat. And excuse me. I'm keeping track, of what I'm eating. So that's been a really big help as well. And then knowing the 0 points foods, which I've been incorporating more in opposed to foods that will weigh you down. So that's been a help as well.
All right. And the last question we had is, what advice would you give to someone else who's starting out on their own weight loss journey?
So that's the thing. It's your journey, or your. You know what? As me and my brother was talking about, and I guess it's kind of idea. It's kind of the mindset. We were talking about this word, the journey. Is it a journey or is it a mission? And so that's what he was bringing. He made a good point because he's talked about like a journey. Is you're just kind of out there. It's kind of like Star Trek. People used to say Star Trek, but it's Star Trek. And that's what they would do. They would just be out there. And the one with Captain Kirk, the shows from the 60s, they're just out there looking, to see what's out there. And then the next generation, if you're a Star Trek sci-fi guy, I'm a sci-fi guy, the space, the final frontier, they're just out there and then they just run into stuff and see what happens. Now, somewhere along the way, they had certain places they had to be. But for the most part, they were just out there to figure it out. And that's what a journey is. I'm on a journey, but a mission is more of a direct. I'm doing it. I'm going in this direction. You're more focused. Either way, however you want to put it. But the idea. It's your mission. It's your journey. It is your body. It is your determination. And when you get tired, we get tired of going through certain things, then you're going to make those choices. You're going to say, okay, enough is enough. And when you say it and you mean it, now then you're going to make those. You know what to eat. Most people know if you're sitting eating cake all the time and eating McDonald's or Burger King or fast food on a regular basis, that's not going to be good for you. It's not made to, it's not healthy food. So once you come to your conclusion for yourself, and if you have those, preferably everyone in your household, that they're on the same, they'll respect you if you personally say, I'm going to do this for me, but everyone else isn't doing it. You don't want to be there to sabotage, or you don't want to be sabotaged by others. But if you've come to that conclusion, you say, listen, I'm going to do this for myself, and that's it, then you're going to do it. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be a mission. It's going to be you're going to learn things about yourself and what the ups and downs or what have you. But I would encourage you to go ahead and do that for yourself. When you start seeing your scale moving and your body changing, and you can tell in your health, because I can tell just in the 30 pounds the difference in health and what have you. Uh,
Not just 30 pounds is a lot.
it's a lot. I and with because the idea is to do, like a pound a week or so. In the first month or so, I was dropping like 3-4 pounds a week, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, and I was sitting there. I eat little celery sticks and stuff like that, stalks of celery. I got some celery that now I need to eat. Right, I'm now we're talking about it. I bought some other day and I didn't eat any in the last couple of days. I'm gonna go down and eat that and a smoothie. Okay, so that way I know it's healthy stuff, and I won't be hungry, and it will be good for me. So, but if you do this, once you do it for yourself, and preferably if your family, your household, and your friends and family are supportive, then it will make it much more easier for you. Obviously, if they're there sabotaging you, and if for you, depending on your mindset and your personality, if food is a I don't know what the word is, if it is masking or trying to anesthetize or kill some pain or issues that you're having, then that's another thing that hurdle that you will have to deal with. You may need to get therapy, what have you. For me, food is, I love food, but it's not like, you know, I need to go every blue moon if I want to get a cheeseburger. But now, because I know that stuff ain't really all that good for me, it's not like I drive this to, ooh, I really want to stop, because I know it's got a lot of salt and stuff for me. But for someone else, it might be different. They might have that draw, or it was almost like an addict. So, but when you have come to that conclusion for yourself, and you know, especially the way food is now today. I mean, we even joke about, we're in our 50s, and the food from 30 years ago when we were coming up in school, it's not the
Is he
same.
telling y'all my age? No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
yeah, it's not the same as it was, then. And it probably wasn't in that one. It wasn't great then. Okay, but it compared to
it
it
did
now,
taste better though.
it tasted
Like
better.
Olive Garden used to be great.
Oh yeah, you would go certain places and you could taste like somebody actually made it.
Fridays and all that when we
all
were
that stuff.
younger
Now
and
it's
dating.
like,
It was like great.
now it's just like you could taste it.
It don't even be cooked half the time.
yeah,
The cheese sticks. Me and my sister were at a restaurant when I had to travel for my brother recently.
Probably all stick and
oh, it wasn't even that. It was cold, ice cold in the middle. So she brought them back out. They were a little salty, but they were good. And they were hot. So yeah, it's just not even the same.
So having said that, folks, when you come to individually, and it's an individual thing, and this is what I say individual, because you know yourself, and you probably, if you're struggling or trying to come to a conclusion about doing some things for your health, you'll find out things about yourself that you probably didn't already know, or you know and still trying to overcome that. It just depends on the circumstances. But for me, I told him I can't go back. I can't go back, because otherwise I ain't gonna be here. So, and that's just a hardcore fact. So,
that is reality. Anything else you wanted to add?
just stay strong, folks. Watch what you eat. Get out there and move, exercise. Do something. Move around. Walk in the neighborhood. Start small. And as you, one more thing, I was walking at the park last week, and as I was walking real fast, and I found myself, ooh, I'm feeling kind of light as I was doing it. It was like, ooh. And I told Kim when I got back, I said, you know what? I'm gonna break out on a little sprint in a minute here. And about 4 days later, I was doing it, and next thing I know, I was going down here. I just okay, and I kind of did a little bit of sprint for a little something. And it wasn't that long, but it was enough to say, "Oh, I remember what this feels like." I haven't done that in years, so it felt good. So, and it's just from that bit of weight there. So,
so Jeffrey is officially down at the time of this recording 30, 32?
30.
30, and I'm down still
30, 30
24.
and some ounces or something like
Still
that.
hanging around my 24, y'all. But it's okay because I feel good. I think I'll have something. I say this every week, but I had traveled the last week or so, with my brothers. It's just been a lot going on. So I'm still down my 24, almost 25, and I'll take it. I ain't going up. So, and I'm like Jeffrey, I ain't going back. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a couple setbacks here and there, it is what it is. We're doing this thing together. And y'all know I am the queen of Google. So I did find out what's the difference between a mission and a journey really quick. So it says a mission is an important goal or purpose that is accomplished by a strong conviction. A journey, on the other hand, is defined as a passage or progress from one stage to another. So, depending on which way you want to look at it, they do go together because we're both on a purpose with a goal to lose weight, to get healthy, and we're going from one stage to another, literally. So, physically, clothes wise, every kind of way we're going from, we change it into something else. So, we're on a journey and a mission.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just wanted to bring Jeffrey. Like I said, he was doing so well. I wanted to formally allow him to speak a little bit about his journey. And actually, he promised me when he hit 30 pounds, he would do it. So, mission accomplished, Slim Shady.
See, that's a mission right there. See, where it says a mission is an
I
important
don't know. He put
goal.
that word in my mind. It ain't mission.
Yes,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah,
Slim Shady. I'll say that again.
Right.
Or the journey. Join us on the journey. Okay,
Yeah.
we're still on the journey.
Yeah.
So that's why I said two things can be the same thing at the same time, right? So anyway, guys, on behalf of Healthy Life with Kimmi and
Jeff,
we wish you all the best on your healthy weight loss journey, and just one meal, one day at a time, okay? And if you have a setback, that ain't the end of it. We're gonna get back up and do it all over again tomorrow, because tomorrow gonna happen either way, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we do it or if we don't, tomorrow's coming. So don't get all bent out of shape because you had a little setback, okay? So until next time, guys, we'll be in touch.
Bye now.
Bye.